And then you got Fernandez, Navarro, Calderon, the two great guards. And Caballosa, the backbone, the glue, the super glue of this team. We do believe they're being introduced now. Big crowd here, Saitama Super Arena. The Spanish players coming out. Gasol leading the scoring in the tournament. The big man, a very determined look. They have never won a medal in a world championship, and they regard this as their year. And they're one of the heavily favored teams, along with Argentina, who beat New Zealand earlier today, and the United States, which is finally playing like a team and looking as though they're the real deal. They're here to steal. And now the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. The national anthem of Serbia and Montenegro. The national anthem of Spain.
Well, a big contingent of Spanish fans in the crowd. They're here, they're delighted, they're following their team. And the teams now meeting at midcourt, exchanging gifts, as is the custom.
Well, not only the Spanish fans, Bob, but the Spanish media has probably got the biggest contingent of media people here. They've got 3 television stations. They've got a number of radio stations. And the print media is just unbelievable.
You're right, Chef. They do take up space. I like to hang around the coffee shop. And now the ball's being thrown into the crowd. One comes near, but we didn't get it. It's become sort of a feature of the beginning of every game here. Many balls being thrown out. And now the teams will go back to their warm-ups. Spain, last 3 minutes before the game starts. And you see the starting 5 there. Abdulovic, Rakasevic, and Jodovic for Serbia and Montenegro, 2 and 3, and Milicic and Nikolic, the 2 big guys. And for Spain, the usual starting line, watch Calderon, he's great. And La Bamba Navarro, Jimenez, unsung hero Gasol, and our man Garbajosa, the backbone of this team, we do believe.
Well, he does all the backbone work, as you say, inside, outside, the rebounding, playing the defense. He's the glue that keeps this España team together.
Well, Spain ranked number 1 after the preliminary round, way out in front. And Pau Gasol, he's 3rd leading scorer, not the first. Yao Ming on 28 points. And then Dirk Nowitzki at 25, Gasol on 21. And rebounding, Espana Gasol again with 8 rebounds. He'll feature in just about every category, such as the value of this man. Calderon, the point guard for Espana, averaging over 4 assists per game. So they really do have players featured way up high. Not so many for Serbia and Montenegro.
Head coach Pepu Hernandez there for Spain. Very colourful sort of a bloke. We're lucky to have a couple of press conferences with him down in Hiroshima. Winners of Group B.
Very sensible fellow, Jeff. I like the way he conducts himself, comports himself in the press conference room. Makes sense, complimentary, positive about his team, positive about basketball, and willing to answer any question you put to him. And the new coach, Sakota, Dragan Sakota, for Serbia and Montenegro. Eddie Rush, United States, Mike Holmesy of Canada, and Jorge Vasquez of Puerto Rico, the 3 referees in this game. Now Serbia and Montenegro, that'll be the last time you see those 2 names together. The 2 countries are splitting, and from henceforth, it'll be Serbia on its own, Montenegro on its own, as the Balkan countries continue to go their independent ways. Counting down 5 seconds. The Serbian and Montenegrin players on the court shaking hands with the referees. It's become sort of a custom. And now the Spanish players come out of their huddle. Handshakes all around. And then we get down to business, and these 2 teams will go at it tooth and nail. Spain expected to win. And earlier today, we've seen some great games. Argentina knocking New Zealand out of the tournament. Lithuania saying goodbye to Italy, 71-68, and Turkey upsetting Slovenia, 90-84. Turkey, a wild card country, into the final 8. Here we go. Number 11, Milicic, 2.12 meters tall, going against Gasol.
Well, that was real funny there. Gasol tipped it to Jimenez, but he was still tightening his shoelaces, and it went straight over him.
Well, let's hope that's not symptomatic of how Jimenez has come out to play this ball game. Inside low it goes. A turnaround jump shot. Milicic over Gasol, misses. And Calderon, Mr. Speed Merchant. He's got speed to burn. Oh, look at that. Is that beautiful?
Juan Carlos Calderon.
You don't
Jose
have to
Manuel,
be
sorry. Jose Manuel Calderon. One of the things, Bob, about this game is Serbia and Montenegro are the defending world champions, but the Spanish here are heavily favoured again.
Now Gasol up there blocking the shot, getting the rebound. He's going to be fouled. But you're right, all this talent in the Serbian team. Young, but they're going to be a force in a couple of years' time.
They started very slow in this tournament and managed to scrape in to the last 16. Fourth in Pool A.
Spain go to work. Baseline. Gasol pushed out of bounds, forced out of bounds by Milicic.
His body was in bounds, but unfortunately he's dribbling the ball out of bounds. Darko Milicic.
Milicic gets it back, and Jimenez, he's a real workhorse. He won't be spectacular, but he does everything you ask of him. He's got to be good starting in a Spanish team of this size and this strength. Carlos Jimenez. Nikolic gives it back to number 6. Avdalovic into the corner, and the kickback. Serbia penetrates. The left-hander Can't knock it down. It was Abdalovic. And look at Calderon up very quickly. He's stopped by Jorovic. Branko Jorovic, number 5, picks up his first foul.
And once again, Calderon just too quick, too smooth. Well, we've seen 2 favorites go out of this tournament today.
Into the corner, Jimenez down the weak side.
Are we going to see another favorite, Bob? With Serbia and Montenegro, even though they are the current world champions,
Rakasevic.
underdogs.
Indeed, he gets the 2-pointer. Igor Rakasevic, 1.94 you see there. 28-year-old knocks down his first 2-pointer. It's a tie ball game. A good hustle out front from Serbia. Calderon down the lane, gives to Gasol.
And one. Oh, Gasol. And again, another smart play from Calderon. Look at that. Just gives it one bounce. Power move to the basket. And it's Gasol.
Don't you like Calderon?
Oh, you just love him.
What brand of shoes is he wearing, Jeff? I want some.
Yeah.
5-2, Spain out to a quick lead. Half-court trap. Serbia up to it, no problem. It's Serbia and Montenegro. I'll continue to say Serbia simply because it's 2 syllables, or 3 syllables instead of 7. A little bit easier. Calderon out front. No insult intended. He takes it to the hoop. He's got 2. He's knocked to the deck. No whistle. But Calderon igniting the Spanish offense. 7-2. There's 7 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first period. Serbia, a very young team. Took them a while to get on track. Upset by Nigeria in their first game. Weak side rebound, and Gasol clears the boards for Spain.
Well, viewers around the world will know Darko Milicic for Serbia and Montenegro. Played for the Detroit Pistons, won a world championship 2 years. Now plays for the Orlando Magic.
And a big, big body indeed. Rakasevic from the baseline, can't get it. Daviosa over halfway. The big man goes baseline, then he comes back high. They'll continually put pressure on Serbia on the transition game. This guy in particular. He's got that forward
Oh, look at that. Calderon again. Inside the Jimenez. And Spain go out to an early advantage. 9-2.
Like 5 surgeons playing against 5 coal miners at the moment. 9-2, Spain over Serbia. Watch this. The look, the hang time. Jimenez, a gift too. And 6:26 left in the first half. Back to the first period of play. 6:26 left in the first period, and Spain have been clinical in establishing a 7-point lead already. Calderon, their point guard, is just dynamic, unstoppable, an uncanny sense of where everyone is. He really is a little watchmaker. He makes his clock tick.
And Serbia there, and Montenegro shooting 1 of 8 from the 3-point line. They started off badly.
Serbia under pressure already, and you see Calderon out there looking for a wallet, a checkbook, anything to steal.
Well, he says to the referee, that was a close one, ref. I'm not going to let you get away with too many of those.
Look at him talking. Look at him hounding, sniffing that ball.
Well, he did reach around the body, tried to hug him as well.
He's one of my favorite players to watch. Underneath, Milicic, Darko Milicic couldn't handle the pass. Goes out of bounds, and the Serbian woes starting to build here. 9-2, they're down. They cannot let Spain get a 10-12 point lead early on. They'll be in big trouble if they do. They've got size. They don't have the experience or the teamwork or the cohesion that Spain has. Nice block from Milicic on Gasol. Don't you like to see it? The big bodies crunching, munching in the paint.
And that's a couple of big bodies, big tall, wide bodies as well. As Darko Milicic goes to the little left hand hooking, drops it.
Yeah, that's a nice spinning left-handed hook, the jump hook. Calderon comes off the pick from the free throw line, knocks it down.
He's always looking, Bob. You know, he gets into the middle of the lane. He's looking to see, can he dump the ball inside? No, he can't. Pulls up for the little jumper.
Oh, he's always sniffing around like a curious little hound dog. What's going on? The jump hook this time doesn't go down, and it goes up. Gasol. No, they say Milicic
tipped it out.
Knocked it out of bounds.
And once again, Spain coming down, very deliberate. They've got great shooters. They've got great power inside.
Navarro touches the ball one of the first times in the game. La Bamba goes to the hoop. The bailout stolen by Serbia. 11-4 with this shot. They could get back into it. They're down 7. 4:49 left to play, first period. Well, can't make it. Navarro outlets it to Calderon. Watch this man. He's in first gear now.
He's just so casual sometimes. He looks like he's just not really interested in doing anything, and then all of a sudden does something. Well, you got to say Paul Gasol there sold one. You've got a little bit of a bump here. We see Darko Milicic. You know, he sort of dropped the shoulder into Milicic, overacted it a little. We've said it all along. We don't like this acting, this flopping. Ruins the game, Bob.
Great thespians out there. Garbajosa kicks it high. He's been quiet. It's really been Calderon and Gasol the first few minutes of the ball game. Calderon hunting, sniffing, pulls up and knocks it down. Hey, this guy is absolutely dynamic.
He's magic.
Magical. Magic.
Jose Manuel Calderon. Just rolls off the tongue.
Milicic gives it to Rakosevich Dandolin, and the putback doesn't go in. And the second call, foul this time on Jimenez, number 10 of Spain, boxing off the board, perhaps a little too aggressively. Let's see where it was.
And here we go. Darko Milicic, he tries to go for the offensive tip, and Jimenez just backs straight into him. Fair enough call.
From the corner, ball's in, pops out, and Serbia yet to score on a three-point attempt. 0 for 2. Spain hasn't attempted one. They haven't had to. Not with Calderon as hot as he's been. The kick out from the top of the key. It's only a 2, but it's a good 2. Number 12, Nikolic, Goran Nikolic. Another big player, 2.05 meters for Serbia. They have height to burn. Gasol leans, goes baseline, and draws the foul. Jorovic, Branko Jorovic, protesting that call vehemently. He's 2.05, 6'9".
Well, Gasol, he lost control of the ball. He gathered it.
So Gasol on the line. He's already got one free throw. Throws a clunker for his first. 13-6 Spain. Into a 7-point lead early on. 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first period. Good crowd here at the Super Arena. It is super indeed. The architecture, the vastness, simply stunning. 18,500 fans can get in here. A monument to sport. Inside, nice pass into Darko Milicic. He's complaining he was fouled, but he threw an air ball. Should have put it on the glass. Calderon, watch him. Goes baseline. They're tipping it in the air for Gasol, who's acting to save his life.
Well, you've got to say that's the second time Paul Gasol has acted his way to a foul.
Yep, fouls mounting up now a little bit on Serbia and Montenegro. Jorovic on 2.
They're in the penalty already, Bob. And Spain are only on 2 team fouls. Even though Spain supporters, they don't look that enthusiastic at the moment.
Well, Gasol is the most fouled player in the tournament. He just attracts bodies, hatchets, hands. When he gets the ball, everybody's trying to stop him offensively. Nowitzki, another one who gets a lot of attention from opposition teams. Darko Milicic misses that little jump hook. He connected on the first one. He's missed the next 2, and Calderon floating, always ready to slam it into top gear. Gasol sets the pick. Navarro, the kick into the corner. Calderon. Hey, the man is human. Barely
misses one.
And Serbia probing, trying to get a break if they can. Milicic, the left-hand hook over Gasol. That is pretty.
Well, what was good about that, he made contact with Gasol first in the post and he just went around after making that contact, shifted him out a little, was able to go to the left-hand hook.
Bamba, that's Navarro, misses his first. Gasol misses the putback. Jimenez knocks it high, and Spain will get another shot.
Well, Gabriosa, credit that, he tipped it out.
Gasol against Milicic. Into the lane, ball's kicked out to Gabriosa. This time Serbia pick it off. They start down the court, and Navarro steps in front of him, makes a foul, stops the 2-point runaway attempt.
His first foul, team is third. Substitution, Spain, number 5, Rudy Fernandez.
Here's a big jumper. Rudy Fernandez, 1.95 meters. Not a lot of height, but this guy can go. And Mumbrú.
This guy here on screen, Alex Mumbrú, has come off the bench for Spain and done a great job.
He's tough. 27-year-old, 2.02 meters tall. From way outside. And it goes off of Serbia.
Because Alex Mumbrú for Spain, he wasn't in the original team to come to the World Championship. He was added at the last moment. And gee, what an addition he's made to the Spain team.
Oh, very complete player. Big, robust, fast. You mix it up underneath, come outside. Fernandez, number 5, into Gasol. The kickback high. Mumbrú.
Oh yes, and that's why Alex Mumbrú's in that team. 6'10" player that can play inside, outside, and play some great defense.
Serbia and Montenegro in big trouble now. They better get their A game together, or they're going to be ex-champions. They were champs in 2002. Bojan Popovic gets his first 2 and draws Serbia within 8 points. The little step-back jump shot. At the other end, who's that? Do you have to ask? It's that man, Calderon.
Jose Manuel Calderon.
The guy is worth a mint. He does everything so well, and Gasol clotheslines Rekasevic. Just puts his hand in the air.
Well, I don't know if the wrestling scouts are here, but Gasol certainly did a great job. Look at Calderon.
I wonder if Gasol is purposely trying to look like a Grizzly.
In reference to his NBA team, the Memphis Grizzlies.
I think he's paid to get that Grizzly look. The jump shot doesn't drop, and Mumbrú on the weak side with the rebound.
Rudy Fernandez.
Fernandez with a good look at the basket as he comes over halfway. It does not drop. So at the end of the first 10 minutes of play, Spain well in control here. They lead Serbia and Montenegro 20-10. Well, Spain very happy with the way they got away in the game here. A 10-point lead, and they've just established dominance inside, I think, over Serbia and Montenegro. Serbia, they must start hitting the 3. They're 0 for 3. They're shooting a measly 5 of 17. That's 29% from two-point land. The new coach, Dragan Sakota, has stepped in to take over the coaching role. Hardly anybody wanted it. Serbia and Montenegro are parting ways. Rebuilding a new team, and Hernandez, he walked into a world-beating class act here in Spain, and he's doing a good job keeping it right on track. Highlights Gasol, makes the two. Munch, but he gets the two, and he's pumped. Look at the pass from Calderon. And Menes gets the easy two, but it was created by Calderon. Milicic with that big left-handed skyhook. Calderon again. He's the little man. He makes this Spanish ship sail, really. And this is the fourth game today. What a day we've had. Argentina beating New Zealand 79-62. Lithuania saying goodbye to Italy 71-68. And Turkey, well, they've sent Slovenia packing 90-84. Who's going to be the winner here? It looks at this stage that Spain is just too deep and too strong, and Jeff too fast. Calderon is dynamic.
And the other thing is, Navarro hasn't even got into the game. La Bamba. He's the guy that can bomb the three-pointer. He's just as quick, just as crafty as Calderon, but they don't need him at the moment.
No, why give him the ball when you don't need to? And Garbiosa, number 15, has hardly touched the ball as well. Well, Serbia trying to play themselves into the game. Popovic up playing good tight man-to-man defense on Calderon. Calderon will shift it into high gear and blow past him. And if he gets a chance, look at him sneaking his nose forward, leaning forward, ready to go at any moment.
Great pass, Alex Mumbrol to Rudy Fernandez, but he missed it. He's got another opportunity. That's why he missed it, Bob. He said, I don't need a two, let me go for the three.
Why expend the energy on a two? And that shows the versatility of him. He misses the two, gets the ball back, steps out beyond the arc and cashes in. Down low. Milicic, that jumping left-handed hook. He's screaming for a foul. There was no call. Look at the Spanish defense all over Serbia. Oh, nice move to the hoop.
Lovely, lovely little basket.
Rakasevic.
He just went down the right, and look at this. Right hand. The defense comes across, switches it to the left hand, and lays it up. That's what you're meant to do on the left-hand side of the basket. Great play.
Yes.
Great fundamentals.
Garbiosa baseline, and he's mugged down low. Goran Nikolic picks up his second foul. Nikolic, 2.05 meters tall, 30 years old. He's a veteran and was not going to give Garbiosa a good look. Serbia already in trouble, down by 11. They've got to make a run at Spain, or they're going to be in deep trouble by halftime. Two to come. 8:53 left in the first half. Big breath from Garbiosa. Same motion every time he shoots the free throw, and he knocks it down. Serbia under pressure. Spain back in the zone. A 1-2-2 zone. Rakasevic almost loses the ball with kick out inside. Milicic. Oh yeah, the big dunk.
Well, Darko Milicic, what a great little pass inside from the big man, Milicic. Here he goes. Just a perfect pass. Finished off with the big dunk.
2.08 meters tall, Rajcevic. And the kick out, Garbiosa, stolen by Serbia. Managed to pick the ball up. Rakasevic into the lane, kicks it out. And they say he takes steps.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Bob. He did get out a little out of control, but
Well, he was so fast coming down the court, he's virtually running up the backs of a couple of Spanish players, pushing them out of his way. 25-14, as you see there, and into the game comes Cabellas. Carlos, 1.86 meters tall.
Well, this is the time for Serbia to try and make a run with Calderon out of the game. And of course Navarro, so.
Marc Gasol looks very much like his older brother. Pau Gasol into the game now, number 13. Another big body, 2.12 meters tall. Right there, and he's chopped. Just for emphasis, he grimaces, groans, throws his hands in the air. The whistle had blown. Mumbrú recovers, ball kicked out. Lots of time on the shot clock, fadeaway jumper. That's beautiful.
Oh, Alex Mumbrú. Another one of these, the Spanish Armada that can just do it all. They come at you in waves, don't they?
They certainly do. They've got ships and shooters of all sizes here. 27-14, 13-point lead. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The bounce left. Rakasevich misses it. Weak side rebound. Spain. And they sail forth to conquer inside. Gasol. The kick-out pass. What a beaut pass. Mumbrú gives it right back, and Marc Gasol gets an easy two.
Well, Mumbrú is another sort of guy like Gabriosa. Is able to do it all. And look at the Spanish defense.
Reaching in, Rajcevic.
Serbia will not want a timeout. They need to talk about it because this game, a 15 down, is getting away from them.
Dragan Sakota calls timeout. Serbia got a lot to talk about. 29-14. There's 6 minutes and 54 seconds left, first half. Day one, knockout stage in the World Championships 2006. And all the teams, all the media people, and the fans have moved into Saitama Super Arena on the edge of Tokyo. 18,500 seats here. And we're late in the day number one. Spain leading Serbia and Montenegro 29-14. And unless Serbia gets untracked here pretty quickly, that's going to be a Spanish victory. Spain first in Pool B, the 5-0 record. Serbia and Montenegro took them a while to get on track. 2 and 3. They finished fourth in Pool A. And an unsportsmanlike foul gives Fernandez two free throws, and Spain will get possession at halfway. A costly foul.
Good crowd in today for the first day of the finals. What do you think the crowd is, Bob? It's 18,500 people can fit in here.
Well, I think we're probably pushing 8,000 to 9,000, about half full. When you look at the nosebleed seats, Jeff, there's a few empty ones and at the ends as well.
Yeah, as usual, your abacus and my abacus are different.
Well, the push-off foul from Mumbrú. He doesn't like the call, but it doesn't matter. The foul is charged against him. And 16 points to the rear. Serbia and Montenegro have got to score. If they fancy their chances, they're going to have to put it down. Milicic gets the rebound, gives it up.
They've only got 7 seconds on the shot clock. Because that last effort didn't touch. Oh, what a beautiful pass. Two beautiful passes inside. And Milicic, Darko Milicic, makes it look easy in the end.
Yeah, Milicic with that nice jumping left-handed hook. 3 passes. Flick, 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 2 points. Sometimes it's so quick, it leaves you a bit breathless. 14-point lead. Fernandez kicks it out. Mumbrú, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Sets, fires, and Marc Gasol is poked in the eye. Immediately, Marko Marinovic, number 13, puts his hand in the air. He goes over to Gasol, apologizes. It wasn't purposeful. Right there, unintentional. Gasol doesn't care if it was intentional or not. He doesn't like fingers in his eyes. You've seen that before in a World Championship game. Sean Marks of New Zealand put out of the tournament. Scratched the retina. So one Gasol replacing another one. The older brother comes back in to fight his young brother's battles for him, I'd say.
As an older brother should.
Indeed. And interestingly enough, Pau Gasol will get the free throws. His brother was fouled. Pau Gasol comes in to replace him because of the injury, and he'll count 1 point off those 2 free throws. And the Spanish kick the ball high and keep it alive. Relentless pressure on Serbia and Montenegro here. And they've got no answer to it thus far. Gasol against Milicic. Into the lane, little fake, kick out, Mumbrou. And long pass ahead, the fake, that spin around, jump in the left-hander, just hangs on the ring, and Gasol knocks it away. Serbia intimidated by the big guy, Gasol. This time Spain throws it away.
Well, Alex Mumbrou there, he knew exactly what he did. Just as he threw it, no one was going to be home. Both big men cut to the basket. Thought one of them was going to stop for the trail.
Well, Gasol had checked out. Was nowhere to be seen. One of the few misunderstandings in this team. Calderon, the little guard, on the bench. And Fernandez, number 5, running things at the front, along with Cabezas. The hook shot over Gasol, that forced shot by Rim.
Oh, offensive charge. Popovic pulls the offensive charge on Rudy Fernandez. And here we go. Yep, that was an offensive charge. He stepped across him tons of time. He wasn't moving.
I think you're right. Look at the acting for Fernandez.
Yeah, look, Fernandez looked straight over to the referee. Referee wasn't going to buy it.
Nope.
That's what I love about these referees. They're not buying these acting jobs.
Oh, look at that. The reverse layup from Marko Marinovic. 1.83 meters tall. He's averaging just 3 points per game. The little player, but very active. And Serbia trying to get back into the ball game. Mumbrou, a mismatch here. He backs in. And he goes around, goes to the hole. Gasol blasts it through the hoop.
Well, Mumbrou, I suspect, pushed off as he went to the basket. Yes, he did. An offensive foul. Alex Mumbrou looks over to the bench. That's the second foul. Offensive charge. Here comes Labamba. Navarro back into the game.
Well, he's a hot three-point shooter. We haven't seen any of him in this game thus far. He's shooting 45% from beyond the arc. Believe me, that's hot. Milicic protecting the ball with his body, his huge body down the lane. Managed to get a good look at it. But Gasol, if you miss, he just gobbles up everything. Well, the block is called a foul. Number 10, Krupkovic,
a young 19-year-old player for Serbia. Yeah, he definitely got a bit of hand, but of arm as well. And very little ball.
Well, he had a flash at the ball. Cabezas of Spain makes one of two. 32-18, 4:03 left in the first half. Spain well in control here, and Serbia just don't have an answer for the Spanish defense. I've got Milicic inside. but Gabayosa makes a good block on him. Sakota trying to get his team into some sort of offensive pattern. Desperation stuff. Navarro out front. Going to the hoop, the reverse layup, not there, and Milicic slams the lid on the bucket. .12 lead, 32-20. Serbia making a little bit of a run here in the last few minutes of the first half. Gasol, the hook shot. Well, he's knocked down.
Good defense by Darko Milicic.
Gabayosa just comes up and hammers Marinovic. A brave little man going against a strong, tough big man. Who do you think wins? Here's your answer.
Got him with the body. Great protection of the ball with his body. Sacrificed the body.
Well, he's a very quick, brave point guard. Marko Marinovic makes the first free throw. Cuts the lead now to 10 points. 32-22 as Serbia and Montenegro make a bit of a run in Spain.
And just as they make that run, Calderon comes back into the game.
And Calderon, one of the few mistakes from him. And there's another mistake, but fortunately, Sidic gets his own rebound, puts it back in. Could have been disaster for Serbia, but the momentum continues. They're down to 8.
There's a big contingent of Serbia and Montenegro fans right behind us, and they all groaned when he just about missed that layup. As Paul Gasol.
Gasol plays like a smoldering volcano. Look at the look from him, the Grizzly.
Darko Milicic.
You never see him smile.
Milicic, that's his second foul.
Spain have come here for one thing, and one thing only. They want the gold. They want to break the drought. They've never had a medal at a world championship. They've come close. One of the premier teams in Europe for a long, long time. Milicic spins. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that was
a big man.
That was a beautiful drive to the basket. Great left-hand reverse layup. And Milicic just showing why the Detroit Pistons had him.
From a long way out, nothing but air, and the crowd starts to chant air ball, air ball. Gasol, well, he's just fuming. The volcano ready to erupt. Milicic. A step back jump shot from the left-hander. Weak side rebound is kicked outside. Just over 2 minutes to play. 35-26. Serbia and Montenegro's run continues. Inside, look at that pass.
Oh, and look at that block. Well, it was a great pass, there's no two ways about it, but Paul Gasol told him to get it out of here. Don't come inside here, Noddy, and take your mate Big Ears with you.
Oh, yes. And with that, Noddy decides he'd go to the bench and take time out. Serbia and Montenegro need to talk things over. 1:58 left in the first half. They've cut into the Spanish lead. It's now a 9-point ball game, 35-26.
Tenemos que ser duros, mucho más duros, las presiones. Si necesitamos un paso más, abriros un poco.
Look at that nifty layup. There you see it from another angle. Have Dublovic and the big dunk for number 7, Rajcevic. And look at that, a reverse layup. Marinovic, the little guard. Serbia coming back at them. And the big putback, that didn't count. And there's a smile. I didn't see it first time around. Gasol loved that. The putback, but it didn't count. The foul was called on the first shot attempt. Rebounding Spain, establishing a 22-19 edge. And assists, well, they're ahead in that too. Turnovers, we've got Serbia on 3, and Spain have given up the ball 11 times. That's a bit of a surprise.
We'll make that now 4 for Serbia Montenegro.
They can ill afford to give the ball away like that. Not the way Spain is playing. Garbiosa down the lane. Ball knocked out of his hands, and they say it came off of the Garbiosa dribble. Serbia's run can continue. They need the 2 points. They can cut into the lead even further. 9 points and looking to go to 7. Marinovic. Oh, yeah.
He's done a great job. He's one of the guys that have led this. Marinovic led this comeback by Serbia. They're down 7. 1:22 to go.
Navarro fights himself free. Down the lane, off the glass.
Milicic's got a piece of that. Got a piece of leather on the block.
Big presence. The kick out. Oh, what a pass. And from the top, can he get it? No. Oh, Spain survived that. 35-28. Under 1 minute to play in the first half. Calderon up ever so quickly. The kickback. Gasol goes to the hoop, and he gets the 2. And 1 coming.
Well, that third foul on Darko Milicic. Paul Gasol is just so good going down the left-hand side. Here, Calderon gets it in. And Paul Gasol has really punished teams in this tournament with that left hand going down the left-hand side of the lane. Punished them, Bob.
Indeed he did. Here's the biggest man of the court, 2.17 meters tall. That's pushing 7'2", almost 7'3", and it's Kosta Perovic. The big man, number 15, you see him there. Well, that's Gasol. Serbia down by 9. They'd like to make a shot here, put more pressure on Spain, keep the run continuing. They were behind by as many as 16. They've got it back to 9. Looking inside, 4 seconds on the shot clock. The step back 3. And Navarro fouls out beyond the 3-point line. 3 free throws to come. Navarro won't be happy with that. A foolish thing to do.
Well, he stretched his arms out and just momentum took it forward. Navarro, the second foul. Mabamba.
From the free throw line, Serbia. They score the first, 2 to come. 3 of 3 free throw shooting for them in the game, and they haven't had many looks.
Bojan Popovic. Well, if Serbia can play some good defense in the last 28.2 seconds, well, at least 24 seconds of that, they'll go into the halftime break fairly happy, having made this great comeback, because it has been a good comeback by Serbia and Montenegro. Spain were cruising.
Down to 7 points now, 28 seconds counting down. Calderon with the ball. Spain would like to eat up 22 seconds, take 1 good shot, and then stop Serbia from getting it over halfway. So Calderon, there's a 3-second differential. Game clock, shot clock, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Calderon inside Gasol.
Oh, great little alley-oop. And that man Calderon, and he gets the steal as well, and he gets to shoot the ball from the 3-point line. I suspect Calderon, Jose Manuel. Great alley-oop pass to Paul Gasol. Here he goes. This is the alley-oop. Inside, Gasol with the slam. And then straight back after that, Calderon gets the steal and attempts the shot and gets fouled. He's shooting 3.
Well, he's a one-man wrecking crew. He's just taking apart the Serbian building here. Weatherboard by weatherboard. He steps to the line now. That great feed to Gasol gave them 2, so that makes it a 9-point lead. And a couple of free throws with 1.8 seconds to go in the first
Well,
half.
he's got 3. Here he goes. He got the steal. He went to go shoot the ball. He did a great job outside the 3-point line. It's 3 free throws.
Ladies and gentlemen, the score is correct.
Well, he acted himself into that because he wasn't in the act of shooting until after he'd gotten raped. And then he had presence of mind to throw his hands in the air as though he was shooting, that is. There's number 1.
Well, from Serbia's point of view, you've got to be a little upset because they did such a great job bringing themselves back into the game, and more than likely now they're going to go into the break 12 down.
Pepu Hernandez got to be very happy coach at this stage, especially with this flurry, this finish. 2 points, the 3 free throws, 42-31, and Serbia's efforts to get back into the ball game. All for naught. Long 3/4 length of the court heave does not find its mark. So at halftime, Spain leave the court pretty happy with a 12-point lead. 43 is Serbia's 31.
43-31, Spain leading the game.
Spain outscoring Serbia and Montenegro in both quarters, convincingly in the first by a mere 2 in the second. But really it was that last 5-point flurry at the end of the game that sort of blunted Serbia's run at Spain in the second period. And Serbia, a lot of work to do, and Spain just looked a little more composed, especially when Calderon is on the court. A little one-man wrecking ball. Players exiting the court. Halftime here, the Saitama Super Arena.